Welcome to World Knowledge Channel. The list of the most powerful women in the world always attracts public attention, not only because of their status and influence as individuals but also because of the enormous influence they bring to the community. Copper and global. From political leaders to business powerhouses, these women play an undeniable role in shaping and changing the world. Let's look back and evaluate the women who have made history and shaped the future through this video. 1. That's Queen Elizabeth II. Elizabeth II has been Queen of the 16 independent countries of the British Commonwealth for the past 56 years and is still holding this position. No female head of state can match her record of reign. The Queen is currently one of the world's longest reigning monarchs. Over the past 50 years, Queen Elizabeth II has witnessed 10 British Prime Ministers and many Prime Ministers of Commonwealth countries. Until recently, when she turned 82, she reduced her trips abroad. 2. Ms. Ursula von der Leyen. This year, European Commission, EC, President Ursula von der Leyen was honored by Forbes magazine as the most powerful woman in the world for the second year in a row. Ms. Ursula von der Leyen, 65 years old, is the first woman to take on the role of EC president. She is responsible for laws affecting more than 450 million Europeans. Ursula von der Leyen is said to have met the day-to-day demands of leading the European Commission with outstanding skill and grace, and broke barriers as the first female chair of the Commission. She did it during a time of unprecedented global challenges. Von der Leyen is a doctor and has 7 children, which may explain how good she is at resolving disagreements. She used to work as a doctor at an obstetrics clinic in her native Germany. She did not enter politics until she was nearly 40 years old, at which time she held many responsibilities in local offices, becoming Germany's Federal Minister for Family and Youth in 2005, initiating important reforms. Important for the German child care system. From 2013 to 2019, she was Germany's first female defense minister. The next people on the list are European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, US Vice President Kamala Harris and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. 3. It is Benazir Bhutto. Mrs. Benazir Bhutto was twice Prime Minister of Pakistan, was imprisoned for 5 years for corruption and finally had to go into exile abroad. At the end of last year, she returned to Pakistan to a warm welcome from the people of this country. But this young and beautiful woman died in an assassination in December 2007. Scholars believe that, if not assassinated, Ms. Bhutto would likely regain power in the 2008 general election and continue to hold power in Pakistan for a long time. 4. That is Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia Meloni is an Italian female politician. Currently, she is holding the position of Prime Minister from October 22, 2022 and is also the first woman to hold this important position. The appointment of Ms. Meloni as Prime Minister of Italy marks a major milestone for the third largest economy of the Eurozone. In the context that Italy is facing a series of challenges such as inflation, energy crisis, European reform, even the Ukraine conflict. The female Prime Minister continues to develop the policies that her predecessor Mario Draghi built. However, she also advocates cutting taxes in stages, consistent with the context of the energy crisis and rising inflation. 5. Singer Taylor Swift. Without having her own company or investing to make a profit, Taylor Swift still asserts an unshakable position in the entertainment world. This year, revenue from The Eras Tour helped her become the first female artist to become a billionaire based solely on music. According to estimates, the female singer's current net worth is more than $1.1 billion United States dollars. This amount includes $500 million United States dollars in royalties and tours. The remaining $500 million United States dollars is in music categories. To be able to achieve such remarkable achievements, the pop superstar shared, "Without Swifties, I could not have done this. You guys helped make my tour special. This will be the most unforgettable experience of my life." 6. Sirivamo Bandaranaike. In 1960, Ms. Sirivamo Bandaranaike became the first female Prime Minister of Sri Lanka and also the first female Prime Minister in the world after winning the general election. Mrs. Bandaranaike, whose husband was assassinated in 1959, was nicknamed the "Crying Widow" because she often burst into tears during the election campaign. She is remembered for her great contributions to the country, including changing the country's name from Ceylon to Sri Lanka. 7. Samsung Global Marketing President, Lee Young-hee. At the end of 2022, Samsung Electronics appointed Ms. Lee Young-hee as President of Global Marketing for the mobile device business. This is an unprecedented precedent in this technology giant's empire. According to Samsung, the group hopes that the appointment of Ms. Lee Young-hee will create opportunities for many other potential female employees to continue to challenge themselves and increasingly advance. Since taking office, she has made great contributions in promoting the image and mobile phone brand Samsung Galaxy. Speaking at a conference in May, she said, "If marketers lose their way, customers also lose interest. Therefore, now is the time to be bolder and have a more enterprising spirit." 8. Yulia Tymoshenko. With the seductive beauty of a model and the mind of a businesswoman, Ms. Yulia Tymoshenko was the perfect model of success for Ukraine's Orange Revolution in 2004. After this event, Ms. Tymoshenko became Prime Minister and one of the most powerful women in the world. Despite ups and downs in her career since then, Tymoshenko has once again become Prime Minister and is a potential candidate for president in 2010. 9. Singer Beyoncé. Music legend Beyoncé's victory at the 2023 Grammys helped her become the artist with the most awards at this prestigious awards ceremony. She overcame a series of strong opponents, successfully winning 4 awards in categories including Best Dance, Electronic Music Album, Best R&B Song, Dance, Electronic Music Recording Best, and Best Traditional R&B Performance. 10. Singer, songwriter and entrepreneur Rihanna. No less than Taylor Swift or Beyoncé, Rihanna is America's youngest self-made female billionaire with a net worth of $1.4 billion. According to Forbes, the female singer earned part of her fortune from her music career. However, since 2016, she has not participated in artistic activities or gone on tours like before. Most of her assets come from her cosmetics and fashion businesses. In particular, the female singer's performance earlier this year at the Super Bowl halftime show helped the female singer earn $5.6 million in media impact value, MIV, for the Fenty Beauty brand in the 12 hours after the show. First performance. Not only that, this performance also helped her earn $2.6 million for her Savage X Fenty lingerie product line. 11. President and CEO of Banco do Brasil Tatiana Medeiros. It cannot be denied that today's society still has invisible prejudices imposed on women. They are said to be unable to advance to senior positions or take control of any business. However, Tatiana Medeiros is proof that that statement is completely wrong. In January 2023, she officially became the first woman to lead Banco do Brasil, a 215-year-old Brazilian bank. In addition, she is also a supporter of policies to improve the environment, establishing a partnership between Banco do Brasil and the Inter-American Development Bank to invest $250 million in renewable energy sources with the same opportunity. Sustainable infrastructure. 12. Meta CFO, Susan Li. Taking on the position of Chief Financial Officer at the age of 36, Susan Li has become an inspiration for Chinese people to realize the American dream. At the age of 19, Susan Li graduated from Stanford University and immediately obtained a position at Morgan Stanley, a leading financial investment bank in the United States. However, she wanted to challenge herself with new things. Susan Li quit her job at a bank to join Facebook in 2008. At that time, Facebook was still a young company with only a few hundred employees. However, the company gave her the feeling of developing her professional capacity, starting from revenue planning to developing new products. After the company conducted its IPO, initial public offering, she was in charge of allocating resources, costs, and managing the number of employees. Billionaire Mark Zuckerberg once shared that Susan Li is a talented, dedicated woman as well as capable of leadership. She has contributed greatly to the development of Meta and Facebook over the past 14 years. 13. Indira Gandhi. U.S. President Nixon once called Indira Gandhi an old witch, but she was India's Prime Minister from 1966 to 1977 and a second time from 1980 to 1984. Mrs. Gandhi was assassinated by her bodyguard in 1984. The daughter of the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi was one of the most prominent statesmen after India's independence. Continuing the family tradition, Mrs. Gandhi's son Rajiv Gandhi also became Prime Minister of India but was also assassinated in 1991. 14. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was a British politician, lawyer and chemist. She was leader of the British Conservative Party from 1975 to 1990, Prime Minister of the UK from 1979 to 1990 and is the only woman to date to hold those two positions. Her term as Prime Minister is also the longest in British history since 1827. As an important politician in contemporary British history, Mrs. Thatcher is admired by many and is one of the 100 greatest British people of all time. All time. 15. Golda Meir. It took 20 years for Israel to vote to elect its first female Prime Minister, Mrs. Golda Meir. Ms. Meir was born in Kiev, Ukraine but grew up in Wisconsin, USA and then settled in Palestine to fight for the newly established Jewish state after World War II. She then moved to Tel Aviv, Israel and was appointed to important positions one by one. Ms. Meir became the fourth Prime Minister and first female Prime Minister of Israel in 1969. She resigned in 1974. In 1975, she was awarded the Israel Prize for her exceptional contribution to the Jewish state. 16. Angela Merkel. German Prime Minister Angela Merkel is currently the most powerful woman in the world voted by Forbes magazine. As the first woman to hold the position of German Prime Minister, Mrs. Merkel has made efforts to restore the economy and reduce unemployment. For 3 consecutive years 2006, 2007, 2008, she was ranked number 1 in the ranking of the 100 most powerful women in the world. 17. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Liberia's Iron Lady, Johnson Sirleaf, became Africa's first elected head of state in 2005 after leading a campaign to oust controversial President Charles Taylor. Ms. Sirleaf is nicknamed the Iron Lady because she stood firm after being imprisoned twice and having to go into exile twice. Scholars say that Liberia needs an educated and talented female leader like Ms. Sirleaf to help the country develop. While the list of the world's most powerful women may change from year to year, what is undeniable is that their influence has left a profound mark on their communities and the social world. From promoting equal rights for women to building strong and sustainable economies, these women are not only inspirations but pioneers in creating a bright future for all humanity. With their determination and energy, we have hope for a world where everyone, regardless of gender, has the opportunity to grow and advance. Let's continue to honor and support these outstanding women in their journey to build a more equitable and progressive society for the future. If you find the video useful, please share with more people and subscribe to the channel. Like and have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for your interest in following. Hello and see you in the next video.